Hi, how are you guys? My name is Amanda Waldhart and you are at Amanda's Inspiration Station. I am going to show you a really cute card today that we are going to use the Way to Goat stamp set. Cute. Seriously, even if you're not a goat lover, these are so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you the card. So we are going to make this card today. How cute is that? I absolutely love it. There's a lot of little fun things going on here. We're going to be using the new Playing with Pattern 6x6 Designer Series paper. We are going to be using the new Playing with Patterns little faucet gems, super cute. And we're also going to be using the new Cinnamon Cider Blends. Super excited about that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch over my camera. So you'll see a little lapse here because I'm not very good with camera work and I just started. So I'm just going to lay it out there. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yay, I'm back. All right, so we are going to make this adorable card. And first we're going to start with our background, okay? So we are going to use the All Wired Up background stamp. Now this stamp set does come on a wood block. It's the only stamp sets that we still have with the wood blocks available, or you can get it as a cling stamp. I have mine as a wood because what I do is I just flip it over like this and I take my ink pad, which we are using Night of Navy, and I just flip it over and I do this. And I just kind of stamp behind it here, and I want to make sure I get into the middle a little bit, but mostly the edge because the edge is what you're going to see with the card. Okay, now I have my piece of cardstock already here. It's Bermuda, or I'm not Bermuda Bay. It is not Bermuda Bay. It is Coastal Cabana, and it is just cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 1 1/4. So this is going to be the front of my card. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to place it down there like that. I'm going to take this little piece of scrap that I have that is our grid paper, and you could use any paper, computer paper, whatever. And I'm just going to place it on top and I'm just going to kind of rub it. Okay, so then I'm going to lift that up. I'm going to lift my card up and voila. Now we have our background. Easy peasy. So I'm going to set this aside because I'm going to need to clean that later. So we'll set that aside, and then this is our card. So we have a few pieces for this card, okay? We have 3 pieces of the Playing with Pattern Designer Series paper. All 3 of these pieces measure at 3 inches by 2 inches, okay? Then we have our heart, which I have cut out of the Be Mine. Actually, it's really called Stitched Be Mine. I just have it backwards on my little thing. And it is this inner one right here that we're going to use. So I've already gone ahead and I've already cut that out. We also used our 2-inch circle punch. 2-inch circle punch for where the goat's going to go. And then I just have a little piece of paper here. This is measured at 3 3/4 inch. And I think this is like 3.5, but we're going to trim that down anyway. So it doesn't really matter what this size is because we're going to trim it down. All right. So we are going to do 2 stamps. We're going to do the goat, and notice there's little dots after each letter. It says greatest of all time. And then we're going to do the goat. And since I have the Night of Navy out, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp this part first. I'm just going to stamp right in the center like that. And then I'm going to close my Night of Navy ink pad and set that aside because we no longer need that. Okay, so I'm going to set that. I'm going to get out my Memento ink pad. If you're using the blends, you will definitely want to use the Memento ink pad. You do not want to use the Stays On because it will bleed. So you just want to use the Memento. And I'm just going to get it up there, and we're just going to stamp in the little circle there. There's our little goat. We're going to set that aside and that aside. So stamping part is all done. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to color first. Now I have the combo pack because they come as combos now. So I have the light and the dark, and what I'm going to do with the dark is I'm just going to do the horns, just like that. I'm going to do these little lines that are kind of in the middle of the goat here. Just going to kind of do that. Do his little nose right there. Do a little line there. And then I'm going to do his feet, his legs in the dark, okay? Now with the light, which I really should have my glasses on because I see much better with them, I'm going to go around his eyes like this because I want to leave his eyes white. So I'm just going to go around his eyes like that. And then basically I'm going to color the rest of him all with the light. So we're just going to kind of go in there. I'm going to kind of do some little edges here. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we're just going to go like this. And there he is. That wasn't hard at all, was it? Okay, so now we just have to put our card together. This was pretty easy. So I'm going to use the new Stampin' Seal. If you haven't had a chance to get that yet, this is definitely something that you'll want to check out. I love it. I really do like it. I think it's a lot better. And there's more in there. So it is a little bit more pricier than our old snail, but there's a lot more in there. But I like the way it holds. And I think I say this on every video because I really like this stuff. All right, so the first one, we're just going to kind of angle up to the top. And I have two pieces of the polka dot because I'm going to do one angled at the bottom too. So I'm just going to kind of angle them like that. I'm just randomly placing them. I think that's the fun thing about this paper because it's called playing with patterns. Well, when you're playing with patterns, one of the things that's fun about playing with that stuff is just random placement. So now I'm going to use the stripes here, and I'm just going to kind of angle it. I'm not going to go straight up and down, but I am going to go a little bit like that. Okay, we're just laying some pieces down. Now I do want to use my dimensionals to pop our little goat up and the heart. So I've got my dimensionals here. We're just going to do this. So I don't know where you guys are all from, but today is Thursday. And I am in Wisconsin, and it is a gorgeous day outside. It's like 80 something degrees. It's a little hot. I definitely like the cooler weather. I just angled the heart there, and I'm just going to kind of put him over here like this off to the side. I do like a little bit of the cooler weather, but when I'm done working today, this girl's going to jump in the pool. I have an above ground pool, and I promised my daughter, since it was gorgeous outside, we'd go out there and jump in the pool. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim this off. I needed to trim a little bit of the edge because it was just a scrap and it was kind of a little crooked. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick the medium size one here. I'm gonna do this one. And I'm just gonna kind of put that one up at the top like that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of trim this off. I just want to kind of trim it a little bit. So get that. And then I did not pop this up with dimensionals. I laid this one flat and I lined it right up to the edge of the card. There we go. I do feel though that my card is a little bit crooked. So sometimes when I go fast after I score and I put them together, I get them crooked. There we go. Cute. Not hard. Pretty easy card. You could whip out a couple of these. This is a fun card. I love the playing with patterns. I love the background. And I hope you enjoyed it today. You guys have a great rest of your week. I know tomorrow's Friday and this weekend is Father's Day, so have a great rest of your week. Thanks. Bye.